Admiral's Log. I am elated at the remarkable speed of our new class of scout cruisers. The cutting-edge engineering that went into their design is a testament to the skill and ingenuity of Japanese naval architects. With their top speed of 49 knots, these ships are unmatched in their class and provide a significant strategic advantage in scouting and reconnaissance operations. I am confident that this innovation will pave the way for future naval development and cement Japan's position as a naval superpower. However, our attention must remain focused on the ongoing war with Germany and Austria-Hungary. While the German fleet is largely contained due to the minefield off of Helgoland, we cannot afford to let our guard down. We must remain vigilant and prepared for any unexpected developments. Our success thus far has been due to our meticulous planning, precise execution and superior technology, and we must continue to employ these strengths to ensure a swift and decisive victory over both nations. The war effort demands our full attention and resources, and I am committed to leading our forces to victory. When I took this post at the end of 1909, I thought this final role for me in the Navy would last 5 years. The people of Japan have decided that I remain needed, even now. I serve at the mercy of Japan, and thus I remain in office for as long as I am needed. As it seems now, that will be for a while longer still. Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome to episode 33. We're starting this one off with a battle. This is a battle where I only have one dog in the fight, the Mogami. The enemy is using the Shent Istvan, as well as a light cruiser. This guy is no joke. It has 10 15-inch guns and a bunch of 8-inch fire support. It is, however, slow, 23.2 knots. Their light cruiser is doing a bit faster at 29 knots, but is really poorly armed. The battle cruiser that I have on loan from the Italians is the Carolina. It's a San Bernardino battle cruiser, armed with 8 15.6-inch guns. She's doing 28 knots, so she can outrun the battleship and thereby dictate the range of the engagement. Heavy cruisers Peloro and Valor Caronato also partied to this fight. They are, however, slow and outdated. So this one's doing 21.3, this one's doing 21.8. Their guns are 8.5, so the Peloro might actually be useful. The Veloce class, not very. Maybe against the light cruiser if they can catch it. They're barely fast enough to intercept the transports, which is what we're trying to fight. So in this case, I'm probably going to have to just disregard a couple of the ships that I have and fight with Mogami and the battle cruiser. Because the other ones, I'm not too big of a fan of those. I do like to see how they're built though. Because I recently acquired, I was going to say bought, but acquired a ship from the Italians and I wasn't particularly impressed with it. Let's see. Yeah, this is that old thing. 21.8 knots. Let's just see if you can accidentally catch a transport or two. Mogami with her 35 knots is by far the fastest ship. And these are the 15.6ers. Mark 1. Reloads in 164 seconds. Standard bulkheads. This thing could be fairly risky to use. So the real question is, can Mogami more or less single-handedly take out a battleship? And the answer is no. Because she's been in a fight very recently and she has not yet had a chance to resupply her ammunition. So she's not going to be able to do much. That means that the Peloro, which is a ship of a class that I was recently fighting with the side-mounted 8.5s, is going to have to sling a lot of high explosive in order to set fires and potentially burn down the enemy battleship. Because I don't think we can actually deal a whole bunch of damage to it. Now, potentially the enemy battleship is just about as bad as the Carolina. To the tune of she also is armed with some pretty poor shells. Or sorry, pretty poor guns. Now keep in mind the objective is to sink the enemy transports. I don't really care about the battleship if I can bypass it. So if I can get the Mogami just to ignore, or have the battleship ignore the Mogami, which will not be easy, then I might be able to sneak the Mogami past the battleship, sink the transports, and be on my way before they understand what's going on. The Mogami does have a radio direction finding, So she should be able to locate the convoy, which is probably just beyond the battleship. In the meanwhile, Carolina is going to be up to the fairly unenviable task of trying to draw fire. But it seems like the Mogami is currently the main target. Damage to the main gun? I like it. Yeah, their chance to pen me is probably really good, because I haven't exactly defended this thing to the tune where I can just shrug off 15-inch shells. Carolina... Oh, do I slow her down or not? Hold. What type of shells you got? Decent. Really good on the HE. Okay, we're going to fire HE. This is probably Cat Ballistic HE shell. And that's going to allow for potential damage against superstructure. Now, these ships might officially not be mine, but it is going to impact my victory point score if I lose them. So in that sense, it is definitely interesting to keep these guys around. But I think executing this mission a bit more as a raid rather than as a straight up fight, probably my best bet. So Mogami, locate the convoy. That way. Get the heavy cruiser to fall back. Both of them. We have inflicted some damage, but really barely any. This is Mogami. There's 5 transports out there that are trying to run the blockade, and we can't have that. That's a pretty good hit on the light cruiser. Now this is when it's very, very, very useful to have your ships be faster than theirs. 15-inch Mark 1. Yep. So far the plan is working because I'm getting ignored. Mogami can fairly safely execute its mission without seemingly having to worry about getting attacked. Let's see if I can actually hit the light cruiser and blow that thing out of the water, because it might serve as the spotter for the battleship. And it's fast. This thing can and will keep up with the battlecruiser. So if I can hit this guy once or twice, knock an engine out, potentially cause some flooding, it should die. And that would mean the safe escape of the battlecruiser. So it's now 14 clicks out. I doubt their recon rating is so good that they can actually keep track of my battlecruiser. Contact. This is what I was looking for. Mogami, excellent job. This is your target now. Ignore the battleship, ignore the cruiser. Go right for the convoy. We cannot let the Austro-Hungarian Navy get away with a couple of transports. Because we don't know what they're transporting, but it's probably going to help their war effort. Now, I might just have to push into the into the light cruiser, just to finish it off. Which is not exactly an ideal option, but it's currently the only one I have to also get rid of the battleship. Yeah, you're doing exactly what I need you to do. Try not to ram into anything. The distance between these ships has opened up really quick. Mogami, with her 35 knots, is now 40 clicks away from the lead ship, which in this case is the battlecruiser. I have to be a little careful, because this light cruiser is packing a couple of torpedo launchers. And it's probably all too happy to show me how they work. There goes the torpedo. What is the range of the... What the hell? Oh, they made these things sort of 5-inch. Ooh, damage to main gun. Damn it. So basically every secondary gun that I have on this ship is trash. And the main guns are Mark 1. So the main guns are also trash. That does not inspire a great deal of confidence. Are you done with your murderous business? Boom. Flash fire. That's what you deserve for trying to put a gun on a transport. Done. Okay, so the mission's complete. I can prematurely try and get the Mogami to come back. But considering the range that we're at, it's going to probably take over an hour of in-game time before we get that complete. Are you stationary? No, you're doing 17 knots. Damage to the main tower has been substantial. But not so much that the main tower is no longer functional. Come on. There you go. That was a good hit. Putting 5, 6 fires. Accuracy's decent, but this thing's putting up a smoke screen, which is hindering. Speed, 25.5. 25.5 holding. They're not accelerating anymore. That's good news. Piss off. Okay. And even at this range, the 5-inch... Oh, now the 5-inchers are opening up. Finally. Come on. Flood them. How much armor you got? Aft belt, 1.7. Aft deck, 2.3. A 5.2 should be able to pen that. But they got picric acid. Oh boy. That's bad news for the battlecruiser. Ooh. That battleship got a couple of really decent shots off. Oh no. In order to try and disengage from this fight, I had to take out the light cruiser, which is likely not happening. Mogami is still 40 clicks away. This is not good. But... yeah, I used to be faster than the light cruiser. I might still be. No. She's climbing up to 20 knots now. Damn it. Please tell me the main guns can still shoot. We got me 37 clicks out. There you go, partial pen. 20.8. 21. Oh, come on. So long as I can stay outranged that battleship and get the Mogami to sink the light cruiser, I should be fine. But I gotta be careful with the ammo count on the Mogami, because she's running a little low. She is starting to go yellow. So low AP, low HE. Set the guns to save ammunition. We're 31 clicks out. 33 from the CL. CL still doing 24 knots. I'm still doing 20 knots away from the enemy ship, but there's still a salvo coming in. Don't hit me! Ricochet. Not too bad. Not too bad. Mogami. 29 clicks. Come on. I'm basically having to go where the battlecruiser is going to get to. This is one of those situations where it would be fantastic to have those 40 knot cruisers, the 40 knot CLs, sorry, 49 knot CLs that I used to have. Or sorry, that I'm going to have. Not used to have, that I'm going to have. But they're probably still 13 months, maybe 14 months away from construction. So before those things come out, I'm going to have to make do with the ships that I have, which in this case means that the Mogami is going to have to try and save the battlecruiser so I don't lose victory points. It's going to get tricky. Oh, great hit. Great hit. She's still doing 21 knots. I'm not seeing any long-range fire coming in from the battleship anymore. So it's just the light cruiser with her what? Her 6.7 on the bow? Yeah, that's all that she's using to fight. But by God, why did you... Oh. Hello, Mogami. Welcome to the fight. 15 clicks out. That was another great hit from the battlecruiser. Flooding. Now I got you, dude. Now I got you. Mogami at 13-kilometer range, accurately firing at the light cruiser, getting substantial damage in, and this thing is filling up instantly. And we're done. So, more of a raid. Did take out a light cruiser as a drive-by, but the Carolina took substantial damage. Fortunately, not my monkey, not my problem. Because this is an Italian cruiser, and they're going to have to pay the repair bill, not me. What I would very much like to do is resupply my battleship, my heavy cruiser. Because it is still not resupplied. And if the Mogami faces a fight again, well... she has some great 3.4s, but it's not going to really do a whole lot against an enemy ship that's, I don't know, bigger than a heavy cruiser. So, resupply the Mogami and be on our way. A few months later, I keep trying to do the naval invasion, and this keeps happening. The submarines, either from Austria-Hungary or Germany, are damaging my battleships. This is getting quite annoying, because Setsu is now medium damaged. She's going to take 7 months to repair, and she's been beamed back to East Asia. This has been happening quite a bit. The Shimane, one of my super battleships, has also been badly damaged and is out for the count, so one of the few battleships that apparently is still part of this fight is going to have to take it up against 4 submarines. These are not very impressive. These are standard submarines equipped with 1 torpedo launcher, 2 torpedo launchers here, 2 bow launchers here, and 3 bow launchers there. I can only auto-resolve, and I have 2 destroyers and a bunch of light cruisers and heavy cruisers to try and defeat these things. What happens? Heavy cruiser damaged and the enemy submarines escaped. So I don't know exactly what's been happening with the submarines, but it seems like they're doing some substantial buffing. And because of that, my naval group, well, it has grown, because I have constantly been sending ships here, but I am spending a lot on trying to get my ships back up. I haven't had a battleship on battleship fight in a long time, but Shimane, 63% damage, 47% Setsu. They almost sunk that heavy cruiser just now. So Shimane's out for 15 months. Taibo's out for 5 months. They just keep doing this. It is really quite a nuisance. And I'm going to have to suspend construction on 2 of my ships in order to just have enough cap to start building up the rest. So this is getting quite annoying. And I believe that my destroyers are all mostly capable of dealing with submarines, but apparently not. So I've decided if you cannot beat them, join them. So I'm going to be working on coastal submarines, which also feature 3 bow launchers as well as 2 stern launchers. And ideally I'm going to be getting to the next tier of ocean-going submarines. And I'm just going to plunk down a whole bunch of submarines in their waters. Boiler tech has been improved. We now got... what was it? The preheater, I think? If they would just actually keep these things in order, that would be fantastic. But they're doing it in sort of group mode. So yeah, I got something. Yeah, this one. Advanced superheater. Minus 5%. Which is okay, but hey, it's not going to really win any awards. I'm still working on the rangefinder, and I'm hoping to get radar sometime soon. We're also getting some better control stations, which is going to help with long-range accuracy, gun aiming, and base accuracy. But beyond that, not too much. The naval invasion itself is going well. I still have way more tonnage than I need. But these constant submarine raids, and there are a lot of these fuckers around, is getting a bit annoying. So, considering that they keep sending these things out, the only real thing that I can do is send more destroyers to the region and hope that those destroyers are capable enough of dealing with these things. The problem is, I'm not sure how much better I can make my current destroyers, because they got Minehunter 4. They also have, I believe, pretty good ASW rating, 413. The Yamas, which are currently in production, have an ASW rating of 711. So, yeah, the new light cruisers are definitely better and would probably be a big help in keeping these submarines out, but they're still getting built. And they're still going to take 10 more months to get these things finished. So, yeah, we're just going to have to, I don't know, eat torpedoes for a while and complete the naval invasion and hope that I don't spend an arm and a leg trying to fix up all my battleships. Here we go, another attempt against a submarine. Battleships Tango, Satsuma, battlecruiser Senyo, a couple of light cruisers, and 5 destroyers. What do they have? 1 SC, which is a coastal submarine, featuring 2 bow tubes and 2 stern tubes. Can I catch this thing with 3 light cruisers and 5 TDs? Let's see. I wouldn't be surprised if not. There. They escaped and the battlecruiser Senyo got badly damaged. So even if I have 5 ships, 5 destroyers and 3 light cruisers to assist, I can't catch these things. This is really annoying. What I can catch is the Erlauchte, which is a Kaiserin Elisabeth heavy cruiser. And I'm going to take my Fury out on this thing with Yoshun, Sagami, Kaio, Haruna, Ontake and Chitose. This thing is good as dead. All ships are now racing towards the enemy heavy cruiser. The real question is, who's going to be the first ship to get a shot off and actually land one of those hits? This is where I'm very much eagerly awaiting the arrival of my new battle cruisers, because while my current battle cruisers are good, they're not nearly as fast. The new battle cruiser class, which is going to basically replace something like this, is going to do 36.5 knots. As opposed to 30 knots, so they're 20% faster. The heaviest or fastest ships that I currently have are Usagumo and Sagiri. These are still the Wakabes, which I haven't replaced all of them yet. Displacing 1,300 tons and moving at 37.5 knots. But even so, the heavy cruisers have taken the lead. The heavy cruisers powering through at 35 knots. And this is another one of the situations where I would love to have radar just to see how far this thing is actually running away. I have been able to close the distance from a 30 times time acceleration to 10. But yeah, I can imagine that the heavy cruiser from the Austro-Hungarians is a bit concerned about its longevity, considering that one of their friends, a submarine captain, has pissed off the Japanese Navy so much that everybody is coming for him right now. And there he is. I don't know... Yeah, the battleships do have range, or the battle cruisers, but they only got less than a % chance to hit him. So this guy is going to get peppered and peppered and peppered. It's one of those, I got all the side turret ships, so I got 18 8-inch guns. But good luck actually trying to get a whole lot of shots off before you get vaporized. I want all the heavy cruisers to fire HE, because anything else is not likely to pen. We've seen that these things are very resilient to semi-armor piercing shells. At least from the stern. Oh, they actually got damage in on Tsurugi. That's annoying. I'm also going to have to be somewhat aware of the torpedo threat. That threat right there. What did you even try to launch at? I have no idea. There goes the Erlauchte. 9% chance to pen, but only on the bow. Destroy the main gun. What, with high explosive? Yeah, all you've taken is 9-inch damage. Yeah, extensive fire. So, we burned that thing to a crisp. Does that satisfy my bloodlust after having damaged, or having been damaged by a submarine? Not really. I'm still going to give my light cruisers and destroyers a stern talking to, because those submarines are starting to really break up my formations and cost me a lot of money. In the meanwhile, the amount of damage done by mines continues to be a bit high. The British just lost a whole battleship to a mine. The Germans continue to lose some structural integrity. The Italians are also losing some structural integrity, probably due to mines in the Adriatic. The Austro-Hungarians so far are coming out quite okay. 1% damage, 1.1, 7.8. It's really not that bad. Now, I'm not losing any transports. Germany is. The British definitely are. And interestingly, in the North Sea, which should be their domain. Where is the British fleet then? Is the British Royal Navy not actually going to defend their transports or interest in the North Sea? Huh, by the way, the United States is selling Florida-class battlecruisers to Sweden. Interesting, I haven't seen those things yet. I've never even engaged a US warship. The US have a battlecruiser here. Another battlecruiser. A light cruiser. 5 battlecruisers. A battlecruiser. Holy crap, 2 battlecruisers. So, what's going on in the North Sea? Power projection, British. 181,000. Oh, sorry, 1.81 million. And the Germans don't have that much. How are the British losing ships here? How are they losing transports? That's weird. Now, are the Americans going to send more ships? The answer is always yes. There's another battlecruiser en route. There's another 2 heavy cruisers en route. There's another 3 heavy cruisers, 5 lights, and 3 DDs en route. 2 battleships parking. Good lord, the American fleet is vast. Absolutely enormous. As for the invasion of Hungary How are we doing? 62% advance by the attacker, which is the Soviet Union, well, as a leader. Galicia is trying to shoot back, not doing that well. And over here, there's also progress made from southern Germany, which is under the control of France, into Austria. So if they proceed and manage to continuously do 4 to 6% per month, in about 5 to 8 months, depending on rate of progress, and I don't know how much that is, they're going to take out both Austria and Hungary. And I can't wait to see it. Now, to close this episode off, we're going to do a 1-on-2 with the Ontake. Armed with 8 13-inch guns, she's probably going to get outgunned by this battlecruiser of the Moltke class. Armed with 8 15.5-inch guns, as well as assistance from the Prince Adalbert, doing 25 knots. I can definitely outrun that at 30. The rest of the ship, pretty decently matched. I'm displacing 29,000 tons, they're displacing 33. They can do 28.9 knots, I can do 30. They have many bulkheads and a trained crew. I have trained crew and maximum bulkheads. So it really is going to come down to who has the better guns. And considering I have been doing quite a bit of investing over the last 2 decades into big guns, I think it'll be me. So I believe that the Ontake, with a couple of well-placed high explosive shells, should be able to diminish the German battlecruiser and then potentially wipe it out altogether. Also, she's already been damaged, probably due to one of my mines. I can see her, she cannot see me. So we're going to turn broadside, and we're going to use this advantage for as long as possible. Oh, I just lost sight? Interesting. So how was I able to see them in the first place? Because the distance shouldn't have increased. I need to do 60% of tonnage, so basically sink the battlecruiser and you're home free. Okay. Ah, I've been detected. Shooting range? Definitely in shooting range. 13.9. I can shoot at 21, but I can't spot you from that far. This is once again why I need scout cruisers. To spot the enemy and start shooting up with the other ships. Shell type is only semi-ballistic, so I probably won't be able to do that much damage. They will. I hope that 200 HE shells is enough to change the... Let's say to change the layout of the German ship a little. Ideally pop a turret off, but I kind of doubt it. Miss. Boom! Damage to the main tower. And to a main gun. Very good. Ontake, keep doing that. In the meanwhile, try not to get detonated by the German ship. So far, they're not firing very accurately. But it's only going to be a matter of time until I get hit. Come on, identify him. 40%. Missed everything. Go for an AP salvo. I just want to see what that does. Target 12 clicks out. Why are we just using one set of guns? Ah, flooding. That's really nice. So we can pen them. Overpen even on the aft belt. Destroyed main tower? Oh dude, you're fucked. This is gonna really, really badly impact their accuracy. So their accuracy just took a big hit to the tune of... I don't know. Because supposedly, they got their main tower destroyed. That's weird. It's not classed as a debuff. They do have 50% damage and stability, of course. Interesting. My hull tower and tech gives me a 34% bonus. Yeah. Overpen, flooding. If only my ships were more effective against submarines. You know, your superstructure and armor isn't that good. 4-deck partial pen, again. This also means that their damage control ability has been diminished. Because the damage control gets directed from the main tower. So their ability to control floodings and fires is bad. Or at least not as good. Große Kurfürst, no less. Spacious quarters, lovely. Accuracy, 4%. Mine, 44%. That's substantial. Armor. 9-inch main belt. 4 belt is very low. Superstructure is none. Interesting design there, sir. Very interesting design. I'll turn the ship a little. Get the guns back on target. Destroy the casemate. More flooding. It doesn't feel like my bow turrets are actually pointing at the target. Hold on. You see that? It feels like my bow turret is pointing somewhere over there. This one too. The battlecruiser's direction of travel is not that way, it's the other way. So arguably my gun should be pointing here. Stern barrels? Stern also have this issue. What happens if I fire? What do the shells do? Oh, even the 4-inchers are getting into range now. You see that? We're definitely not dialed in on the target, but I got a 76% chance to hit. So where does that shell go? Right. Unless we're throwing curveballs, this shell is not going where it should. Because my barrel says I'm going to shoot the shell there. The shell says that's cool, but we're going to travel that way. We got a bug. This one too? Yep. Definitely a visual bug. Okay, interesting. Bug. Category. Battle. Guns not pointing in direction of firing. The main barrels are not pointing at the target, yet the shells are going to the main, to the target. This appears to be a visual bug. Send. Carry on. Thanks for your report. Goes right to the shredder. No, it's not that bad probably. I think they just got a lot of stuff that they still need to fix. Anyway, let's get rid of this battlecruiser, shall we? Because the main tower's been destroyed, their fire control's been damaged. I don't necessarily have to be at this range, but it seems like the German ship has been so badly damaged that it's not really going to be able to land any accurate hits, and if it does, well, the main belt's heavily protected. Oh, they actually hit me. Boom, 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 boom. Flooding, fires. Ship's going down pretty quick. Are you listing yet? Yeah, listing over to starboard. Whoa! That almost looked like the ship was about to roll over. Look at that. Germany. This is not good for your ship, dude. This is not how you do business. Bye-bye. Nice turn. We have a battle cruiser down. We have a heavy cruiser to sink. Turning circle. 1100 meters. Bloody hell. What you got? Balanced rudder. Yeah, balanced rudder. So it maintains the speed very well. Kind of. No, I'm even I'm even gaining speed in the turn. Okay, even nicer. So, hello. There you are. Accuracy 18%. First couple of gunshots, or first couple of hits in. This should be very satisfying to blow up with a couple of semi-armor piercing shells. Damage to funnel. What happens with HE? Because it's going to potentially overwhelm the damage control parties on this ship. Destroyed main gun. With high explosive. Oh, it's because it's one of these really outdated heavy cruisers. So the main gun we destroyed was a single 4-inch... Sorry, a single 6-inch gun on the side. That they probably couldn't armor. Poor thing. Boom, 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 boom. 3,500 damage. I think this thing might be dead before I actually be able to identify it. However, I'm going to switch back to armor piercing because I got loads more shells of that, and I don't know when I'm going to need those remaining 158 HE shells. So best to keep on or hang on to the HE shells. And also I'm using the battlecruiser here unintentionally as a shield in case this thing decides to throw torpedoes at me, which it does. Prince Adelbert. 23% of the crew is dead. Spacious bulkheads, or spacious quarters though, means that they don't really care. But the flooding is going to get them. Job done. So, that's another ship down. 2,900 victory points. When is Germany going to understand that continuing the war is not exactly in their best efforts, or their best interests? What I would like to do is complete the naval invasion, get that territory, and potentially start shifting my weight around over to Germany and start invasions there. Because at this rate, there won't be a whole lot of Austria-Hungary left in a couple of months, which means that a naval invasion might fail. Now, I know that they've been patching the game, which allows for naval invasions to sort of carry on-ish. You cannot have peace if there is a naval invasion ongoing. That was it. But I'm not sure if that works for ongoing campaigns, such as mine, or if it only works for new ones. Oh, sunshine. This is a really bad idea. Watch as it blows up one of my battleships. No, it didn't. It didn't even die? Wow. Oh, there's a whole bunch more. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's blow up some more of the Austro-Hungarian fleet, because they're mostly consisting of light cruisers and DDs. And I don't want to auto-resolve all of it. Sometimes I just auto-resolve a battle because it's a bit faster. It's not necessarily the best way to go about it, but it saves a bunch of time. But hey, if they keep insisting, and if they are this desperate to defend their territory, which I understand, then we'll just have to take these guys down. The only thing I hope for is that they actually engage and don't just run away. Because that would be a bit sad. Increase the flank, increase the flank, increase the flank. Usagumi and the Sagari again. Sorry, Usagumo. Tsurugi, Sanosawa, and Kaikomo. And I think we are starting to get close. CLs, do your HE murderous job. Contact. Nope, they're not running. They're definitely coming this way. Battleship. HE. Turn broadside. Kaio, show me what you got. Go to full speed. Go broadside. And just start hammering these things. Oh, they're all smoked up. Well, they're all taking damage as well because they're so close together. Bloody hell, this thing is almost dead already. They didn't run into a mine that I put there. So, who did that? Italians? Yeah, that might be it. Oh, our torpedoes are causing a lot of disruptions in this formation. There goes one. That was not a battlecruiser. This thing got hit by a dud. Probably had a small heart attack. And then figured out, oh, the thing didn't go off. Okay, you. Go away. This is so one-sided. They haven't landed a hit that actually damaged me. Bloody hell. Hello, what are you? Oh, you're an actual light cruiser. Don't charge into a light cruiser. Half wit. Charge into something that you can actually outrun. And that doesn't completely destroy you the moment that it gets eyes on you. 10% chance to hit. I only need to get lucky once with the Kaio in order to probably destroy one of these things. Didn't get hit. Okay. They've still not landed a single hit? No, sorry, they've landed a hit, alright. They just haven't damaged me. Oh. Considering that this is how one-sided the Austro-Hungarians fights are, I am kind of the mindset that they don't even deserve to exist anymore. If the AI makes ships that are this bad, that are this easy to kill, then I'm just going to destroy them. And it's not just going to be me alone. It's basically the whole world, except for Germany, that's coming after them. There goes the Gamma. They've landed 4 hits, but they've all been stopped, and I only lost a few crew members. Stop kicking them, they're already dead. No, I know that was against the Sava. Don't do that. Don't do that. Kaio? 59% chance to hit? Bloody hell, dude. Another torpedo into the already sinking Gamma. No. Don't pull that shit with me. What? Ugh. Sanosawa got hit. Not by a friendly, I hope. No, that was at least a hostile torpedo. So, okay, they did some damage. Cut that shit out. Are you really gonna make a run at the battleship? The battleship says no. 4,200 damage with 1 shot. Boom. So, that was cute. That's gonna at least take some of the more surface navy out of the fight, but of course, their subsurface navy, i.e. submarines, are still there. Thanks for turning up, though. Naval invasion complete. I now have control over a nice bit of territory to control the Austro-Hungarian fleet's maneuvers. So, I used to have beef with China and blocked them off with minefields, and I'm going to do the same thing with the Austro-Hungarians. Which means that all the submarines that used to be chilling here are going to move over here. This little port is now mine. Sorry, this one. Braugh. Unfortunately, I can still only send 4 submarines at a time. So, yeah. It's a bit annoying because I'm just transiting. I'm not using them as an actual battle group. But the game, of course, can't know that. Range 0. Cool. So you basically can't move. That's a load of bullshit. You're just going to have to gut out and row. As for my research, is the new submarine hull available? Yes. So I can now get coastal submarines. Which is nice, because coastal submarines are even better, I believe, at laying mines. So the coastal submarine 5... Oh, sorry, no, they're not better at laying mines. They don't have a range. They got an 11 rating for stealth, 13 for these. Attack rating 1.82 and 2.41 here. Ocean goings have an attack rating of 4.5. It's pretty damn good. Okay, I'll take, I don't know, 15 of these. And if at all possible, I would like them all to get constructed in my new base. Jeez, I've got a lot of islands at this point. There. This is where we're going. Now, they are considered ocean-going submarines, which is not exactly what they should be. Or at least not the part that they're going to need. But hey, it's going to take 8 months and we're going to have a lot of firepower over here in case the Italians decide that they want to get a little unruly. If that happens, they're going to come to regret it. Now, this means that the entire fleet is going to get moved around to Germany. What part of Germany? I don't know yet. We're first going to go to the North Sea and see who would like to come out and play. The problem might be selecting all of my fleets. There, move to the North Sea. And you move to the North Sea. There we go. I still can't combine them into one big task force because I simply don't have the capacity for that. I'm going to need naval comms, and I currently can only have 15,000 men in the group. That is way, way, way exceeded by the type of ship that I currently field. As for shipbuilding, we're still way over because we're fixing so many ships. Anything gonna take me a long, long, long time? Yeah, Shimane, 15 months. 12 months, building, repairing. No, it's all building. The Shimane is just taking up a ton of space. And even she has been suspended. 8 months for Senyo. So in 8 months I can have the Senyo back. And in about 12 months, and that's with the delay. I can have a new ship. So I'm going to just scrap this one. Still over. By 40,000 tons as well. Bloody hell. Am I repairing any battleships? Setsu. Makaho 1929, Makaho 1925. 2 months. Displacing 47,000 tons. You're going to get scrapped. I have enough ships as is. There we go. Now we're under. So now we're also going to get production bonuses, or rather not production penalties for ships. So Battleship Yamashiro, one of the new ships, is going to be finally joining the fleet in 3 months. Or rather, that's when she's going to get commissioned. So she'll probably take another 3 to 6 months to get commissioned. Katsurugi is going to be next. Sorry, Katsuragi. And then eventually we're going to get some of the light cruisers. Those 49 knot devils. So plenty of ships coming up. Plenty of battles coming out as well. And plenty more research needs to be done. Because rangefinders are coming up. Radar rangefinders. But it's going to take another 12 months. Unless I pour on the money. In which case it's going to take me 8 months. But I'll be running a fairly hefty deficit. So let's not do that. There, 76 months, or 76, it's going to take me 9 months. That's fine. Perfectly fine. I'm going to remove this from engines, and it's going to take 7 months. Yeah, excellent. Alright guys, that'll be it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon for the next.